Didn't see you there. How are you? Good. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just putting some beets that I just finished canning down here in my root cellar. What's my recipe? I tell you what, I always use this book, Fall Canning and Preserving. This one is the, let's see, I want to say the 2017 version of Fall Canning and Preserving, and there's all kinds of recipes and tips and tricks. Let's see, the beet recipe, the pickled beets, which is what those are. Pickled beets is on page 91, right there. And I will make a copy of this and get it to you so that you can have your own copy of a recipe that is not only safe, everything in here is researched by Fall Jars, and it's also delicious. There is some sugar in this recipe. I try to keep my sugar a little bit low, but you know, if you're gonna eat beets, it kind of balances each other, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my recipe, and I'll be sure and get it on down to you. So, oh, you wanted a tour of the root cellar? I can do that. It's starting to get full this time of year. So I do have a few new things to show you. I'll put a link to last year's video tour of the root cellar. And let's take a look around. So let's see, what should we do? A few weeks ago, my best friend Becky came and helped me clean out my root cellar. It was kind of a mess. It's always a mess in the spring at the end of the season. So she and I worked and cleaned the shelves, and I lined the shelves with some linens that I happen to have upstairs. And so they're much more approachable now than they were when we first moved here. They were pretty gross. Yeah. But they're better now. They're gonna mildew by the end of the season, I'm pretty sure. But so far they're staying pretty good. So yeah, let's take a look around, and you can see how much I've stored so far for this year. We have a lot more preservation and harvesting to do, but we're well on our way, and it's good. Okay, so this is so far what my root cellar is looking like. I've got some extra storage containers over here. Down here is my dried beans and some Redmond's real salt. This is that big thunk you just heard is the washing machine running upstairs, and when it fills up, the water's running into it from down here. The intake water valve is right behind me. Just to let you know. So on this lower shelf, I have a lot of my commercial, and you can see there's mayonnaise back there, but I'm saving it for, I don't know, emergencies. These are all my commercial products that I buy when they're on sale. And there's a whole bunch of peanut butter back there. I'll survive this year for sure, just on peanut butter, which I don't eat very often. So these are things I buy on sale and like to keep on hand. So this upper shelf is my honey. That is all honey right there, including the jars in the back. My best friend Becky freeze-dried the last of my onions from last year. So they're sitting there ready for anything I want to use them for. Last of last year's dilly beans and some lotion bars. And then down on this lower shelf, this is my like sugar, jams, and jellies types of area. And, you know, up here, there's the honey here. And then so there's apple butter, and then there's peach jam, and then wild berry jelly. And let's see, what is that? That is strawberry rhubarb. And then there's a jar of last year's tomato sauce and some condensed milk and this year's crop of tomatoes. This is going to be about the last of the tomato sauce. So I've got 10 pints, 11 pints, and 5 quarts. And that's about how much I had last year, and it lasted us fine. So I think we're all right. And then up here is beautiful pickled beets. And I made some salsa a few days ago. This is 6 pints of salsa. And then some zucchini relish and cucumber relish. Last year's green beans. Some sauerkraut. This is my area where I keep all my remedies. Echinacea tincture and oxymel, fire cider, and all the standard things. These are my barrel pickles from this year. There's another half gallon back there. These are this year's green beans. I've got, let's see, I don't know, lots of quarts, 14 quarts. So that should be enough for this year. These are last year's garlic dill pickles. And this year's garlic dill pickles. So we have enough pickles. This is this year's garlic harvest. And then there's some extracts there. And this is my area for my fats. All of my fats, rendered bacon fat and olive oil, all natural. You know, I don't use any fake oils here. And then over here is the first group of, there's some of last year's honey there. Actually, let's take and move that. Why don't we? Let's move it over to the honey section. There we go. Now everything's together. And then the onion harvest is, as you know, ongoing, doing really well. And you can also see that I have a little bit of a damp problem here in this all stone root cellar. These are the original 1806 flagstones. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I am sure there was more to it when it was first laid down, but you can even see the Art Deco shelf liners that are still here. I think that must have been some kind of flooring that they just put down here. So it's like really heavy cardboard. Oh, that's some extra beeswax right there. Then I have my cake wheel and some pedestals and stuff like that. So it's pretty primitive, but it does the job. And so far we are looking pretty good. We have a lot more to do. But so far we're at the beginning of September, and it is a really good thing to see these shelves start to fill up. Okay, so I do want to thank you so much for coming to visit. More and more new people. I'm going to have to do an intro video pretty soon of us and what we're doing here and how we got here and all that good stuff. So look for that in the future. Alrighty, well, I'm going to go off and do some more chores. And I will see you again really soon. Thanks again for visiting, and big hugs as always. Bye-bye. Good. No. Light reflection of the single light bulb that's right here. Take 47. Okay, cut. Cut it. Cut it.